Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. In the inert world, like stones, bricks, there is no movement and they have no destination to be reached. But when we come to the sentient beings that we are, there also there are three levels of existence. One is called as the Tiryag Yoni, which includes all animals, etc. Second is called as the Manushya Yoni, where we belong to. The third one is the Deva Yoni, the gods. Now, out of these three, the Tiryag Yoni, the animal world, and the Deva Yoni, the god world, they are called the Bhoga Yonis. Bhoga means you are there only to go through experiences without any choice given to you. See? You have to just go through experiences, no choice. So, the animals are born, they grow, and they have no choice what they want to do, what they don't want to do. One day they die. Then the Deva Yoni, they are those who are only indulgent. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Therefore, we are told that when you do good karma, meritorious deeds, you will go to the heaven. And in that heavenly life, you can have everything free. No GST, no electricity cut, no nothing. Enjoy, bhog. See? Therefore, we come across stories about the heaven. Indra was so much infatuated with somebody else's wife. And there he went and did the nonsense, then he was cursed. See? So, these are two extremes. One is you are here to suffer. The second is you are here to enjoy and suffer. So, here in between we are. In our human form, we have a choice. Whether you want to get lost into the lower lives, becoming animal, etc., or you want to go to the heavenly abode, again to come back. Kshine punne martya lokam vishanti. Bhagavad Gita says. See? So if we are human beings, thank God we are, then here is a choice given to us. See? And that choice is called technically as Purushartha. There are two types of approaches to life. One approach is the fate approach. See? I am so unfortunate. I am not able to get this thing. Constantly crying, crying, crying. It is my fate that I got married to this lady. Then suffer. Who can stop you? See, friends. And such people, they have only arguments. See? Arguments do not solve any problem. Wisdom solves the problem. On the contrary, wisdom dissolves the problem. Then second type of people in the same category are those who are constantly waiting for some miracles to happen in life. See? These miraculous people, I don't know whether I should use this term or not. Constantly waiting for the miracles. And then they will be somehow or the other. See, I went to that place and then there was no possibility of getting the ticket. And I was just thinking what to do. Then somebody came and he said, "Where are you going?" "I am going to Bombay." "See, I was going, but now I got some job. So you take my ticket." He gives you the ticket. And he disappears. He doesn't take money also with me. God has come in the form of a delivery boy. Friends, do not get lost in this kind of thinking. You will become lazy and constantly waiting for some miracles to happen. You read the books of many great masters, those who are talking about only the miracles. So the person, suppose I had to tell about miracle in my life, then what will happen? In that story, I am the hero. See, if you tell your miracle event, you will be the hero. In that case, we forget God and we glorify I. Therefore, the option for us is do not get carried away by the fate and miracles. See, Ramcharitmanas tells, the story comes, Bhagwan Ram went on the sea, from there he has to go to the Lanka. But sea was so deep and big, how to go? So, after 2-3 days, when the sea did not give way, so Lakshmana got angry and he told Rama, don't depend on fate. His words are, Daiva alasi pukara. Lazy people talk about fate. See? Then the real genius in our life surfaces when we believe in Purushartha. Purushartha is self-effort. Put efforts. Purushaihi arthate iti Purushartha. So there are 4 pursuits all human beings have. One pursuit is we want to earn wealth. Artha. Then second is kama. What for we want to earn wealth? Only keep it in the bank. See? E-rupees. What for? No, we want to enjoy. So we will be going here and there and enjoying and indulging. Then artha, kama. And when we are behind these 2 pursuits, earning money and indulgence, if it is not controlled, it leads to perversion. See how much corruption is going on. It's only because there is no self-control. See, friends, no self-control. Keep on earning all illegal, wrong ways. And the second one is bhoga, the kama, the indulgence. And indulgence is, like while coming, I was telling my friend, One of my very good friend, I stay with them, very rich, very successful in his life. So his daughter was to be married. So Swamiji, you have to come for her marriage. I said, okay, I'll try. And then I got a message, kindly send your passport details. We are going by chartered flight for a destination wedding in that country. What do you want to prove? And to whom? See, friends, there is no limit to that. And therefore, we have to impose self-applied control over ourselves, and that is called as dharma purushartha. First is artha, wealth. Kama, indulgence. Third is dharma. Now what dharma tells us? Behave like a human being in the life. Don't behave like an animal. See? So what is our life? Our life is satyam vada, dharmam chara, swadhyayanma pramadaha, acharyaya priyam dhanamavritya, prajatantum ma vyavachesi. Satyanna pramaditavyam, dharmanna pramaditavyam, bhutyayna pramaditavyam, matrudevo bhava, pitrudevo bhava, acharya devo bhava, atiti devo bhava. These are the do's and don'ts for the human beings to lead a cultured life. See, when we thus start applying self-control, we stop from falling down to the level of animals. See, friends. And now next step. Whatever we are earning wealth, for what? For becoming miserable or for becoming happy? We indulge, enjoy things. For what? Becoming miserable or for getting happiness? See, friends, we are following dharma. For what? Misery or happiness? In short, all our pursuits, whether earning wealth or indulgence or dharma, all of them are meant for only one purpose, that we are seeking happiness. Do we earn money to become miserable? No. Do we eat food to become miserable, although we become? Because beyond limits. See? Similarly, do we become because of the dharma, constantly worried about everything or the other? No, everything is done because we are seeking happiness. So the fourth pursuit for all the human being is we are seeking happiness. And happiness is not in the objects. A very simple thing, from our experiences we can learn. We all have some or the other weak points. Like for my weak point is early morning cup of tea. So if I don't get a cup of tea in the morning, oh God, why not disturb? And then what is my understanding? I am happy when I get a cup of tea. Therefore, happiness comes from tea. A wrong understanding. Right understanding is when I don't get tea, my mind is disturbed. When I get tea, the mind is quietened. So what is the right understanding? Quiet mind is happiness. Now be attentive. Therefore, artha, wealth acquisition, kama, indulgence, dharma, all of them are aimed at work on your mind. See, friends, this we understand. Working by the body and working on the body, we understand that. Working by the body, we do a lot of work and earn money. Working on the body, We do exercise, we go running here and there, we do the yoga, twist the whole body. But the main point is, we never take care of the mind. So as much we are working by the body and working on the body, only to keep the body healthy, exactly the same way. We are all working by the mind, but we are not working on the mind. Even we do not know this. What is working by the mind and what is working on the mind? See, my friends. So working by the mind is what? Working by the mind is reactions. On everything there is a comment. In everything there is a suggestion. On everything there is a evaluation. See, friends. And as a result, that becomes our second nature. And then because of that only we suffer. So the second part we have to take care. We have to start working on the mind. See, working on the body is what? Keeping the figure perfect, isn't it? Our figure is like a drum, 42, 42, 42. Roll on the road. So to keep the figure, we have to work on the body. Similarly, what is the figure of the mind? Figure of the mind is you are at peace with yourself. Friends, if the waters are shallow, even a little dry leaf falls, there will be ripples. In the deep ocean, even the whole ship sinks. Nothing happens. We are all living at the surface level of our existence. Go deep. See, my friends, this I don't know if I told, this I learned, again I am telling you, all spiritual life is learn. If you don't learn, you are going the wrong way. We were in Cairns in Australia, and my friend said, Swamiji, we will go there for this snooker and seeing the corals in the sea. I had never done that, never knew what it is. So I went. After going there, we went by the boat, maybe about 4 or 5 kilometers inside the sea, and where the corals could be seen. Then they gave us funny kind of things, attire, and then you have to go on the surface of the water and look down so you can see everything, those beautiful corals and all that. And I had never done that, so I could not do. All the water was going in my mouth and nose. I said, I can't do this. Came out. Went again on the ship and removed all that. So that person asked me, what about you, man? I said, I can't do that thing. Then what will you do? I said, I'll jump. And I jumped. He was so disgusted. And when I went little deep down, instead of seeing the corals, I was happy only for one reason. I discovered in the depth of the waters, there are no waves. Exactly. In the depth of your mind, there are no waves. The depth of the mind is consciousness. The surface of the consciousness is mind. We have to work on this. It will not happen. It is for this reason I do not entertain question answers. Work yourself. We want free. See? Free you will get tonight Bhiksha along with me. Bhiksha means dinner, don't worry. Free. You don't have to pay for that. Work on that. And therefore, we have to work on the mind. And for working on the mind, there are many techniques. And a technique which is suitable, common for every human being is the worship of the God in our house. See, I have gone to so many houses. Every house I go, then they will first of all take me to their personal God's temple. Then all the gods are nicely, beautifully kept. You know, the Tamilian temples are unique. The whole wall is full of pictures of gods. It's not the small one. You see. And I am always thinking how they must be putting the flower on the top. Or is it they are telling the God, catch? Beautiful. So you go to the temple and you do the puja. Now see, whenever we are disciplined in our life, both the material prosperity and the spiritual evolution is a byproduct. We have to be disciplined. So when we do puja, worship, and why do the puja? Because as long as we consider ourselves to be body, we require some altar which is also having a body. See, friends, slowly we get into our discipline in our family that we get up early morning, finish bath, and then go to the temple in our own temple and give the bath to the gods also, apply chandan, flowers, naivedya. So you are now no more working about the world. You are focusing attention on the God that you respect and revere. Friends, if somebody doesn't have an altar of reverence in his or her heart, he is poorer than the poorest in the world. We must have some altar of reverence, whatever you may take. The country, the goal, the God, the elders, the theme, something has to be there. And that altar of reverence alone brings out the hidden potentiality in us. See, friends. Now, what is the importance of altar of reverence? Before the altar of reverence, we stop arguing, we stop discussing. As a result, mind becomes quiet. And that quiet mind is the mind of all solutions of life. Disturbed mind is a mind of all the problems of life. It is for this purpose we are supposed to do the puja. But actually, I don't have time. Okay, don't worry. Do your own puja. This is what is called as the Nirguna Brahma Puja. Now here also we have to recognize 2-3 things. According to our Vedas, the divine is represented for different people at a different level. See? It is not everybody the same God, no. See? Vivekananda ji was asked this question when he was in US. Why you people have so many gods and so many do's and don'ts and all that? See, ours is so simple. One God, one day, one path and sleep. So he said, look here. Can you think like this? We make one dress for a military. One dress, one size, one dimension, exactly. And bring the person, fix him inside. If the dress is short for him, pull his head out. Send him. The second person, exactly the same dress, fix him inside. But if his legs are coming out, chop them off. No. Clothes are stitched according to our requirement. In the same manner, those who are dynamic, for them, Karma Yoga is told. Those who are too much obsessed with the body, for them, Ashtanga Yoga is told. Those who are neither able to do yoga nor able to do karma yoga, for them devotion is told. And all of them are aimed at working on the mind. And when these three things are practiced in life, the net result is your mind becomes sufficiently quiet. Be very attentive. In quiet mind, questions don't come. Inquiry begins. There is a difference between questions and inquiry. Inquiry about what? Normally, what are the problems that we suffer? Oh, my mind is too disturbed, I feel so depressed, rejected, I feel like committing suicide. I don't know why I am living. Now, instead of reacting, start inquiring. Who is disturbed? Is it the man disturbed or the son disturbed? Is it the man disturbed or the husband disturbed? Is it the man disturbed or the father disturbed? The same man has become as if three. Where are they? So the non-existing entities are suffering. How can you help them? The only way is inquiry. Who is disturbed? See, my friends. And this inquiry can kindle in our mind if our mind is non-reactionary. Don't react in life. For that, we have to work on the mind. And one of the technique is this puja. So, external puja we have done, karma we have done, yoga we have done. Now we have collected our mind. Now we start working on the mind. Working on the mind is, be attentive, wrong notions are erased by a right understanding. It is not wrong notions are replaced by another notions. No. We are already suffering from the notional disease. See, again and again, if you contemplate and think about it. The other day, one couple came from Middle East, a Malayali couple. They met me in Bombay. Swamiji, we have come to take your advice. I said, look here, I am going for my satsang, you come. That is the fees. You have to listen to my satsang. Then I will talk to you. So they came, and after satsang was over, I said, yes, now tell me, what can I do for you? Swamiji, you have changed our program. I said, what happened? We came here in India to get your advice. What is the procedure of divorce in Hindu religion? I said, there is no provision. Here we are married for 7 lives. Forget about divorce. Once you are fixed for 7 lives. You can't. Then what happened? Now we have decided we are not going to divorce. Very good. Don't you ask why? I said, no, why should I ask? It is your problem. You suffer or enjoy. What does it matter for me? No, actually, after we heard your satsang, we discovered where we were going wrong. And therefore, when the wrong notions are removed without creating new notions, you are working on the mind. See, my friends. And therefore, we are given this upasana at the level of the mind. Because the mind is quiet now. You don't require support. Karma is a support. Upasana is a support. Yoga is a support. But now you don't require support. You are at peace with yourself. A peaceful mind alone can engage itself into inquiry. A disturbed mind engages itself into reactions. Reactions is not spiritual life. And therefore, we have seen up to some level. Now, Ajnanadhvanta vidvamsa prachanda matibhaskaram atmano brahmatam jnanam nirajanam iham atmanaha. The atmanaha brahmata jnanam. Recognition that I am one without a second, conscious, blissful existence. This is the Niranjani, the light shown to the God. Meaning, in this light of wisdom that we are studying, now we come to discover I am always the same, unborn, not growing, not dying, not absent. Like in the sky, the clouds, rains come and go, nothing happens to the sky. Only the thundering clouds come and go, without rains, nothing happens to the sky. There is pitch darkness at night, nothing happens to the sky. The sky is blue, cloudless. The sky doesn't become pure. Exactly the same way. Waking comes and goes, we are the same. Dream comes and goes, we are the same. Deep sleep comes and goes, we are the same. Samadhi comes and goes, we are the same. Like the clouds come and go in the sky, be attentive in the same way. I, the conscious sky, in this, all these clouds of the waking come and go, dream come and go, deep sleep come and go, I am the same. Living in this knowledge is showing the light to God. The God is our own divine nature. Therefore, Atmanaha Brahmata Jnanam. Now, who is miserable? Miserable is the one who doesn't exist. Husband is miserable, wife is miserable, brother is miserable, sister is miserable. The man and woman are never miserable. So, I means what? I means husband, wife, or I means a man, or I means a divine. Whichever you take. If you take yourself to be a man or a body, nothing wrong, then accept gracefully that you are born. First you start growing vertically, then horizontally. You will become old, you will have diseases, and one day you will die. Accept it gracefully. Nothing wrong living as a human being. But our problem is, I want to live as a body, but I should not die. Then you are a Hiranyakashipu. See, friends, how simple it is. The more we recognize this truth, to that extent we are doing the puja of the divine that we are. Therefore, Ajnana Dhvanta Vidvamsa Prachanda Bhaskara, that light of the sun which is destroying all the darkness of wrong notions, is only Atmanaha Brahmata Jnanam. Come to discover your divine nature. That is the arati showing to the God. Then Vividha Brahma Sambandha Drushtir Malika Bhi Alankrutam Purnanandatmatam Drushtim Pushpanjalim Anusmaret. Then this second step, various expressions, like my expression is a son with reference to my father. My expression is husband with reference to my wife. My expression is a father with reference to my son. So, they are all my expressions. Therefore, I as a son serve my father. I as a husband serve my wife. I as a father serve my son. Where is the problem? Play the role. Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. Can there be simpler spiritual practice than this? Therefore, Vividha Brahma Sambandha Drushti Malika, and in this manner, like Malika, a garland. What is a garland? The flowers are separate from each other. They are brought together, and together they are kept by a continuous thread. In the same manner, I am the thread supporting I, the son, I, the husband, I, the father. See? Then we will be leading a perfect life as a non-dual self, yet playing the role of our life perfectly well. See, friends, living in the relative world without losing our knowledge of being non-dual. That is the ultimate. And this is what is called Pushpanjalim. When we do the puja, we offer at the end Pushpanjalim. Anusmaret. Then Paribhramanti Brahmanda Sahasrani Maheshware Kutastha Chalarupoham Iti Dhyanam Pradakshinam. Then after the puja is done, we go around the gods. We go clockwise. The tantric and the non-Vedic principle followers, they go the wrong way, anti-clockwise. Observe this. Why clockwise? Whichever is respected is always kept on the right. See? That is why when the husband and the wife, they sit for some puja, left side is the wife, right side is the husband. At least during that time, respect your husband. One lady asked me this question. Swamiji, why you people keep the wife on the left side of the husband in puja and all that? I said, Mama, I am already blamed that I am always taking the side of the gents, not the ladies. But I tell you the secret. What is the secret? Gents are 0. 1 0, no value. 2 zeros, no value. 100 zeros, no value. But before that 0 on the left side, if there is 1 0 becomes 10. 2 zeros become 100. 3 zeros become 1000. So the man has a value only because of the wife. Thank you, Swamiji. See, friends, spiritual life is such a great fun. So here, Paribhramanti Brahmandani Sahasrani Mai Ishware. I am the Ishvara. Around me, the whole world is moving. In Kaivalya Upanishad, the mantra comes. See? The whole world is in me. Mai eva sakalam jatam, mai sarvam pratishtitam, mai sarvam layam yati, tad brahmadvayam asmeham. Now observe this thing. There are some things you must have known in our scripture. They call it pralaya, the ultimate deluge. And then again the next cycle of creation begins. It is said in our Upanishad that how Brahmaji creates the world, yatha purvam akalpayat. As it was in the last life, in the last kalpa, the same thing in this kalpa. And therefore, nothing is ever happening new in this world. It is the same thing. Nothing is new. See? Good things, bad things, accidents, then your pandemics. It is not for the first time. Therefore, now that Mahapralaya, bring it to your life. See? When we go to sleep, exactly what happens? Waking is dissolved. Dream is dissolved. We are in the deep sleep. What is deep sleep? Nothing. But we are still there. We don't end. Then again, next day, how the next day begin? If I sleep as a doctor, I don't wake up as an engineer. पता नहीं क्या हो गया है पर Where you have left, from there again you begin. And again go through the same kind of experiences. Get tired and again go to sleep. This is punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. It is going on continuously. And around whom? Around me. And therefore, waking is absent in the dream and deep sleep. Dream is absent in the waking and deep sleep. Deep sleep is absent in the waking and the dream. But we are never absent. Nobody can ever experience one's own absence. This is what is mentioned here. Kutastaha achala rupoham. I am Kutastha. Kutastha means what? Kutavat tishtati. Like the anvil on which the goldsmith changes the shapes of the hot iron. But the anvil doesn't change. Exactly the same way. Everything around us keeps on changing. We are the same. But what happens? Our attention goes to the changing phenomena, doesn't go to the unchanging substratum. One old man asked me, Swamiji, where are you from? So looking at the sample, I give the reply. So I said, I am from Vrindavan. Oh, you are from Vrindavan? How lucky you are. I said, yes. Then Vrindavan has changed so much, is it not? 40, 50 years before, it was so different. Now it has changed so much. I said, Babaji, please come. I made him stand in front of the mirror where we wash our hands, sink. I said, look into the mirror. Yes. 40 years before, was it the same? See, friends, recognize this principle. Changes are established only with reference to the changing phenomena or unchanging phenomena. See, the body has changed, we are the same. Our faculties have changed, we are the same. See, friends, Prakriti is that where Vikruti is normal. There was an old man, he came to US and I was staying with somebody. So he went there to check his health. So he has done everything and finally he came to conclusion. These American doctors know nothing. They don't discover any disease in me. His problem was he has no disease. Old people have that problem. They want some disease. So the daughter was also a doctor. She said, Swamiji, I don't know what to do with my father. He is all the time complaining. Nothing is wrong with him. He is eating nicely, shouting at everybody, doing everything. What is wrong with him? Please help me. I said, give me good food. Only visiting fee is good food. So I went, we had food first. And then I said, you go away. I will sit with your dad. And I said, yes, Papa, what is the problem? He said, I have shown to all the doctors here. They are useless, no nothing. What? See, I told him, I am failing in my memory. When I was young, I used to remember even the balance sheet of L&T company. He was a CA or whatever it may be. He was that. That was my memory. You can imagine balance sheet of this, bank things. What is there to remember? I used to remember that. Now, but now I don't remember. And the doctor say everything is okay. I said, okay, let us find out. I said, for me, all solutions are in right thinking. All problems are because of wrong thinking. Then I asked him, Papa, now simply answer my question. Don't argue. I don't like arguments. Yes. Then I asked, tell me, when you were young, how many laddus you could eat? Oh, Swamiji, the moment I said laddu, his face opened up. I could eat at least 15, 20 laddu in one go. Very good. You had good health. Yes, yes. Now how much you eat? Now even if I look at the laddu, I feel tired. Very good. Earlier, how much weight you could lift? I could lift 20 kilo, 30 kilo easily. Now, Now I cannot lift many papad. Now remember, with age, all your faculties are becoming weak, is it not? He said, yes. Memory is also a faculty. See how simple it is. So memory is also a faculty. I said, yes. I said, you take it as a blessing in disguise. Those people who cannot forget, they suffer. Those who forget, they enjoy. Forgetting is a gift given by God to us. Take money from somebody and forget. See the joy. See? All the time worried. Therefore, kutastha achalo rupoham. We have never changed. We are ever the same. Focus attention on this. This is what is called as iti dhyanam pradakshinam. Remaining in this awareness is going around the God pradakshina. Now what is then pradakshina? We are going the clockwise. Our attention is on the center. So we are going and looking at the God from all angles. Come do namaskar. Again we go around and come in the front and do namaskar. Meaning our attention should be on the center. What is the center of our being? Husband or man? Father or man? What is the center? Man or the being? See, friends. And the most important thing, simplest thing, if you want to listen to silence, the only way, don't plug your ears. The only way to listen to silence is what you are doing now. Not listening to words. Swamiji is talking, who listens? So when you are able to be indifferent to all the sounds, you are living with the silence. In the same manner, when you are not influenced by all the changes which are happening around you, you are centered. And you know the beauty? On the center, let there be any circles. See? Take little bit of geometry. Center, radius 1 inch, one circle. Same center, second radius 2 inches, second circle. Go on adding. And last radius, center and radius is infinite. Now when we keep on adding circles on the center, is the center influence? No. But can the circles remain without the center? They cannot remain. But when the radius is infinite, what will be the circle? It will be the circle without circumference. That is our divine nature. We are in that small circle. Me, my wife, me, my child, me, useless. Break it open. Merge in the infinite. And see the joy of living. This dhyanam pradakshinam, this is called as doing the meditation or going around the God. So this is what we are sitting. See? Atma tvam girijamati sahachara prana shariram graham pujati vishayopabhoga rachana nidra samadhi stitihi sanchara padayo pradakshina vidhi stotrani sarva giro yad yad karma karomi tat tadakilam shambho tavaradhana. Dekho Maharaj, don't have to go anywhere. Respect the divinity that you are. When we become miserable on any count, we are ignoring the divinity that we are. Never justify you are miserable. Therefore, more than Patanjali yoga, I like Krishna's yoga. Krishna's yoga is very simple. You don't require that yoga mattress. You don't require. You don't require any place. What is his yoga according to Krishna? Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sanditam. When the miseries come in your life, you refuse to be miserable. That is yoga. But how to practice that? He himself gives the reply. Sa nishchena yoktavya. Make a firm resolution in life. Don't justify you are miserable. See, my friends, that is called as Pradakshinam Dhyanam. Then continuing for Vishwanandayo Ahamevasmi Nasti Nasti Vanyo Madanyataha Ityalochanamevava Swatmalingasya Vandanam. In this world, what is worthy of respecting is your own being. When we say, I am miserable, I am unfortunate, we are disrespecting the divinity that we are. If somebody is the son of a king and he is begging on the road, lifting the leftover cigarettes and smoking, will that rich king will feel good about it? In the same manner, the divine is very much supporting everything. Instead of remembering him, we are all the time getting carried away by the miseries of life. Therefore, iti alochanam evatra swatmalingasya vandanam. Therefore, as much we respect everybody, that much respect yourself. Don't have that wrong notion, papo ham papo karma, I am most unfortunate, Swamiji. No. See, when somebody is happy, join his happiness. When somebody is miserable, don't encourage him to be miserable. See, I'll tell you, once it happened in Delhi, many years before, I told you the other day probably, maybe about 40 years before. Old couple was very good to me because they used to give me good food. One day that lady died. Between the two, one has to die. What is new in that? I told you about one of my good friends in Mumbai. They are Tamilians. Successful. Very nice. Son is own way. They say, we don't bother about him. Get married, don't get married, don't get married. They are really celebrating life. At the age of 80, they celebrated their anniversary or whatever, and only two of them at home. And then she phoned me, Swamiji, today is your anniversary. I said, I am coming for lunch. And so beautifully, nicely she is dressed, he is dressed nicely, and they have got the God, and then we are doing the Pooja, everything so cheerfully, happily. And then they told, Swamiji, do you know what is our prayer to God? I said, that is your personal. No, but I want to, I said, tell. Our prayer is, the husband says, I pray to God, oh Lord, let her die first. The wife said, my prayer is, let him die first. So I kept quiet. Do you know why? I said, I don't have a wife, I can't tell you. He said, Swamiji, if I die first before her, she will suffer without me. I don't want her to suffer. This is love. See? And she said, if I die first, this fellow doesn't know even how to make a cup of tea. He will suffer. I don't want him to suffer. This is love. See, friends, your whole attitude in life will change. Constantly nagging and leading life is not spiritual life. Therefore, Vishwanandayo evam ahamasmi nasti nasti madvan anyaha iti alocharameva swatmalingasya vandanam. That means respect the divine that you are. Don't enslave anybody. See? Further, Atmanaha Satkriya Prokta kartavyam atma bhavana, nam rupa vyatitatma, chintanam nama kirtanam. Then in our puja, we do the japa nama kirtanam. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Now here the technique is given. Atmanaha satkriya proktam kartavya abhava atmana. Kartavya abhava bhavana. Remember, all the time when we talk about our duty, kartavya, it is a secret way of respecting and propitiating our ahankar. Up to a particular level, perfect. After that, go beyond it. And that is what called in our scripture as the Vanaprasthashram. We have duty up to a particular level. Thereafter, drop it and focus your attention on your spiritual evolution. This world will continue to be like this thing. Therefore, Atmana Satkriya Prokta. So, what is the real activity that we should engage ourselves in our life is Kartavya Abhava Bhavana. Now I am retired. Now enough is enough. Let the children do their way. Don't meddle in their life. See? Otherwise, all the time, the grandchildren, they are frustrating. See, friends. And we come across these things. One Gujarati family, that girl told me, Swamiji, you tell Papa, that means her father-in-law. What should I tell? He is spoiling my son. So then what should I tell him? See, I told my son, don't eat chocolate. It is not good for you. So, you know what my father-in-law does? He winks at him. And then he takes him for a walk outside and gives him as many chocolates. See, I want to discipline my son, but my father-in-law, he is spoiling my son. I said, do you know why these grandparents do like this thing? They are taking revenge. When your son was small, he tortured your father-in-law. Now he is taking a revenge. He will spoil your son. And when your son will torture his father, then the grandfather will say, when you were small, you were doing the same thing to me. Here is the revenge. Don't get involved unnecessarily. Keep a distance. Most important thing. In old age, live your life. Don't bother. You know one funny thing? When a child is born, it is not only child that is born. Along with the child, mother, father, brother, in-laws, outlaws, so many of them are born. And among all of them, only the child grows. Others don't grow. The son is, now let us say, he is CEO in an international company, earning in 5 digits. And there the old father will tell, Beta, you aisa karo. Let him, he is not a baby. Don't get involved in somebody's life. See, friends, and such people become frustrating. Therefore, Atmana Satkriya Prokta, what is our duty is enough, now withdraw. And then, Nama Rupa Vetita Atma Chintanam, Nama Kirtanam. Now you have to chant the Lord's name. Now what is the chanting Lord's name? I'll tell you in short. You are all chanting Lord's name. So while chanting, also listen. Both the things. Chant in your mind and also listen in your mind. Do it sincerely. Every day, each time 5 minutes. In a day, 5-10 times, whatever is possible. Except while driving the car. We should be clear in instructions here. Wise people can do anything. Then, why this? What will happen? Atma Chintanam. Atma Chintanam is not thinking about the world, is thinking about God. You cannot close your ears. You cannot stop your mind. Then what is to be done? Engage the mind. The mind is engaged in chanting the Lord's name, and here you start reflecting on yourself. Then, am I body? Am I prana? Am I mind? Am I I? Am I life? Or am I divine? One by one, one by one. Slowly, slowly, when this is practiced, we are doing Nama Sankirtanam at the Atma level. Shravanam tasya devasya shrotavya bhavachintanam mananam tvatmalingasya mantavya bhavachintanam. Therefore, like the other day I told you, highest spiritual practice is Shravana Satsanga. Satsanga will remove all the wrong notions without creating new notions. This is most important. Otherwise, earlier I was very angry, now I am not angry. That is not spiritual practice. Earlier I was thinking myself to be bad, now I am not bad. No, we go beyond good and bad, beyond happy and misery. That non-relational experience is established. So, Shravanam Tasya Devasya. Listen to the Upanishad, Vedanta regularly, morning, evening. All wrong notions will go away. See? Otherwise, we get carried away by all kinds of things. And then, Shrotavya Bhava Chintanam. Now, they start thereafter practicing. What it is like being absolute self. In simple words, what it is like being space. Space supports everything, rejects nothing, doesn't get influenced by anything. Practice this. What it is like being mind. Mind supports everything, joy and sorrows, but mind is neither joy nor sorrows. So don't become sorrowful or miserable. Then mind supports waker, but we are neither waking nor waker. Slowly, slowly, we will be getting away from relational experiences. And mananam tvatmalingasya mantavya bhava chintanam. And then if you have to contemplate on yourself, make absence as an object of experience. Absence of anything you take. What is the simplest way? Absence of sound. Make absence of sound as object of experience. The more you try to avoid hearing sounds, you will start listening even those small little sounds which the crickets produce. So when we make this, let us listen to silence, meaning you are not disturbed by any sounds. Not only outside sound, but inner sound. Inner sounds are, we start talking ourselves. Give it a try. Stop talking to yourself and listen to silence simultaneously. You transcend mind. You don't require anything external. Then dhatavya bhava vidyanam nididhyasanam atmanaha samasta bhranti vikshepa rahitena atmanishtatam samadhiratmano nama nanya chittasya vibhramaha tatraiva brahmani sada chitta vishrantirishyate. So, ultimate conclusion is dhyatavya bhava vidyanam nididhyasanam atmanaha. Nididhyasana is like a greedy person thinks about money 24/7. Whatever he is doing, his attention is how much profit we get. I tell you how I learned this thing. Recently, I was in South Africa. We went to some place, some mall and all that. So when I was seeing the things, I asked my friend, I said, hey, you are saying this thing. What thoughts are coming in your mind? He said, my thoughts are, this fellow may be earning here hardly 10% or so, and much of the profit must be going in paying the rent. It is very expensive. That is what he thought about it. Then he asked, Swamiji, what are you thinking? I said, how much it costs if I take it, I will enjoy. I am a bhogi, and you are thinking of money. In the same manner, a wise man thinks about Paramatma only. World has always been like this thing. There is nothing new in this world. So, ध्यातव्यम समाधि भ्रांति विक्षेप राहित्येन आत्मना आत्मनिष्ठता समाधिरात्मना नान न अन्यस्य चिंतनम विभ्रमः तत्रैव ब्रह्मणि सदा चित्त विश्रांति इष्यते. In this infinite self, the Brahman, the mind dissolves. And I tell you a secret. Every night when we sleep, deep sleep, sound sleep, that time we are one with the divine. Like when we go to sleep, we fix our phone to the mains. It gets charged. Exactly the same way. When we sleep, we get merged with the divine. And we get fully charged. Therefore, when we wake up in the morning, where from the strength and inspiration and everything comes because we are joined with the infinite. And then, when you take out your phone, whatever were the earlier WhatsApp, that alone will come up. In the same manner, whatever was the garbage we had in our mind, that alone will come up, and again we start with that. Therefore, remember this, that experience which does not involve any means of knowledge, neither sense organs, nor mind, nor intellect, that is our divine nature. Therefore, keep cool. Evam Vedanta Kalpokta Swatmalinga Prapujanam Kurvannamanam Vapi Kshanam Va Susamahitaha Sarva Durvasana Jalam Padam Sum Iva Tyajetam Viduya Jnana Dukkhogo Mokshanandam Samashnute. In this manner, this is Vedanta Kalpokta Swatmalingasya Pujanam. This is the puja of the Swatmalinga, the self. And as we have gone through step by step, then Kurvan Amaranam Vapi Kshanam Va. Now this we have to practice throughout life. And Sarva Durvasana Jalam Padam Amsum Ivatyajeta. Then all the wrong notions are to be rejected. And thus, Viduya Ajnana Ogam, all the miseries born out of the wrong notions are completely washed away, and Mokshanandam Samashnute. You will remain happy, you will not become happy, you will remain happy. That is our Mahamantra. Moj mein raho, be happy. We are all struggling for becoming happy. Let us discover this truth, and let us be an instrument through which the divine expresses in full glory. With this we conclude. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.